Hello, everyone, and welcome to Melody of the Maelstrom, where a bunch of real life bards play Dungeons and Dragons. Before we roll the starting titles, we do have a few sponsors that we need to shout out. Thank you to our first sponsor, D&D Beyond. Do you want to have all your resources conveniently in one place? Do you hate math? Look no further. D&D Beyond has all of the digital resources you could possibly need, including books, dice, and the ability to homebrew to your heart's content. Our second sponsor is FX May Vary, an awesome local band from Newmarket, Ontario, who specialize in making sure you always have your daily prescription for hard rock. Be sure to check out their music on YouTube, Spotify, or wherever you're most comfortable listening to your favorite tunes. And follow their Facebook and socials for show dates and announcements. Their newest song, Torn, is available to stream, so enjoy it, and remember, as always, individual effects may vary. There is also our Patreon, where we have a tier for every level of generosity. One includes being shouted out at the end of all Dire Bear games, and another includes voice acting lessons with one of the talented players in our network of games. Finally, we have merch. Do you want a sweater, a shirt, or maybe even a mouse pad with that awesome Dire Bear logo? Uh, it, be sure to check out the Pride section as well. Even though it's no longer Rainbow Month, we will always show our colors. We also have t-shirts, sweaters, and sweatpants, stickers, and tank tops. So go ahead and check out our merch page where you can find whatever your heart desires. Here come those credits. And we are live.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Melody of the Maelstrom. The last we left off, the party finally figured out what it is that they actually need to do, which is locate the 7 legendary instruments in order to complete the ritual and put Seraphim back to sleep. But before they do that, they had a few things that they needed to get squared away. One of which was restoring Nyx's druidic powers to her. So they are on their way to the Pool of Life in the heart of the mountain. And Nyx's father informed all of the party that there was a mountain pass that they could find at the base of the mountain if they headed north. But before they left, there was a particular potato-shaped thorn in everyone's side that they finally got bored of and wanted to get rid of. So they informed Stu, the wonderful druid, that he was in fact the man who was prophesied to grow the greatest potato on the planet, and he was to do it in this druid grove that they just left. So,
It's the
probably
chosen
much,
spud.
much to he's the chosen spud. So much to Mithras' chagrin, probably, he skittered off in order to fulfill the Great Potato Prophecy, and that is precisely where we left off.
We've just
I
completely lost an ally in Mithras.
uh, as the
Yeah.
wagon.
Remember when he said, "No, yeah, I'll totally be there when you call me." Stu's gonna show up and he's gonna be like, "Motherfuckers."
He can't
As the
connect us to
wagon
him.
rolls away from the grove area, I look wistfully back at the bear that is no longer
Mm.
alive, and just kind of shake my head sadly. Too bad that bear had to die. It could have killed Stu.
You Bovinius collapses laughing.
You know, I really don't think that you should insult the Guardian that way.
Insult the
Uh,
Guardian.
I thought it might be hungry.
I'm sure the Guardian is a fine judge of character, and for all his faults, Stu does seem genuine at the very least.
I also kind of think if you're the guardian of an ancient grove, you can probably take a joke.
No.
I hope.
Guardians
Only
never
let
joke.
you in, right? So
Yeah, exactly.
I was so not prepared for the fact that Charlotte has an NPC in this now. We only would have had all that time
yeah, she got her
saving
voice
her.
back.
uh, well, let us carry on then. And I guess we'll start wheeling north around the mountains.
Mm-hmm.
In the direction of
Let me just pop
pools.
them in the direction of pools. The pools are. Oh, you guys are on the map actually.
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Wow. Yeah, so it's definitely east and then north.
Mm-hmm.
So
So we're
wouldn't
going
it be
east?
more
My
like
bad.
north and then east?
Yeah, let's
No, it'd be east and
belabor this for a good while.
So are we going here or are we going here?
you're going here.
Ooh, I am not seeing a ping from you.
I just lost the freaking camera. Am I? Nope.
Oh,
I'm
there.
on the correct
Okay.
layer. Here we go.
All right, cool. I thought we were going up here. That's on me.
Okay.
We
So,
journey west.
as all of you clamber into the cart and encourage the very sassy horse and what he referred to as his harem.
Oh my God! Can I
to
still
take
hear
all of you
him?
in the right direction.
Fuck!
Yep.
I'm walking at the back of the cart.
Oh yeah. Like he lets you. He and one of like the other horses just like stand in front of the cart and let you hitch them up. Before he turns to the two horses that you already had, and he just snorts at them and he says, "Yeah, you guys are mine now, just so you're aware." And both of them open their mouths to respond. He's like, I don't want to hear it."
Bovidius makes a mental note.
I don't know. This seems a little oppressive, but I in character I don't know about it, so I'm just gonna have to let it ride.
It's horse politics.
I'm
Don't
gonna
worry about
turn.
it.
I'll turn
Don't
to
get
Fitz.
involved. Do not get involved in horse politics.
I'll turn to my friends
My
and
mom used to
say,
tell me.
yeah, I'll turn to my friends and say, I think that one might have to be left hitched if we get jumped again. He's a bit of a power tripper.
It's a very large, very white one who continues like tossing his head proudly and like just kind of being an ass of a horse, basically the entirety of the time.
I'll just look up and say, okay, guys, we're going east. Yeah.
West?
Yes.
Okay, we're heading east.
So the horses begin to make their way in an easterly direction.
Everybody
And
roll
as you
initiative.
guys left
With the horses?
the cave, I will fight you with the horses if you guys make me. Like, I will do it. Don't tempt me, because I'll
Come on,
fucking
we're
do
just
it.
shouting out to Bailey to let him know we miss him.
Yep.
Okay. So, as all of you travel, the sun just continues to trudge across the sky, and you guys do actually manage to travel unharried. Is that a word?
Yes, it is.
Mhm. It is now.
And in fact, it is
Yeah,
a
cool.
well-utilized word.
For about 4 or 5 hours. So you actually get a really decent amount of travel in today.
Hells yes.
It's a pleasant, genuine surprise that you guys don't encounter anything, because your luck has been absolute fucking garbage for the past little while. The way all of you are like,
Yeah.
And whose fault is that, Charlotte?
Luck. Luck.
Exactly. I was honestly thinking, I was like, yeah, luck. Yeah, it's our luck.
Luck.
Not our
You guys
DM
are very
trying to
unlucky. It's a shame.
Yeah. Was that an FX Mayberry plug? Shame.
No, it was not. Okay, so as all of you finish a full day of travel, I shall move the cabbage. Ta-da!
Move the cabbage.
So as I have moved the cabbage.
Fâchez la cabbage.
So as
We're done.
Are you sure? just get it all out now, guys.
Fâchez la cabbage.
Come on, guys,
Okay.
we need to take this seriously.
Okay. I'm gonna turn to Nix as we roll up, as we're rolling along the highway here. I'm gonna say, I am pleased that we were able to restore your voice, but for my part, I hope you know how sorry I am that we were not able to prevent that injury in the first place.
I have a feeling that was bound to happen no matter what you guys did.
In spite of that, I wish I could have done more. You're one of the few friends that I know that I still have, and I would not see you hurt. Not again.
It's troubling every time I think about it, because she had me. She could have easily just ended my life right there, and if I'm as important as my father believes that I am, I don't understand why she didn't. And she whispered something to me that has been bothering me, and I've been wanting to talk to you about it, but I can't.
Am I in range to
She
hear
said
this?
Talon sends his regards. You can try.
I would like to. What should I roll?
Sure, roll me a perception check.
Yay!
Psych investigation.
That would be so rude.
It's not an investigation, it's an evaluation.
I ain't hearing shit. I'm in the middle of a conversation with my homunculus. Totally distracted.
You know, this road is incredibly rocky, and yeah, you're just like this one horse, like that big white horse, keeps tossing his head and snorting and nickering all of the time, and like nipping at all of the other horses, and they'll like whinny and try to kick at him and stuff, and it's incredibly distracting.
Yeah.
This horse is a dick.
He's such a dick.
I like
To
him.
say the least.
He's a stud.
He's the worst horse.
In his own mind.
So I turned to Nix, and I'm going to reply. I'll just say, you know, this Lexica, whatever her name is, she strikes me as one who fancies herself a tigress. She's just a petty house cat playing with the mouse. She will stoop to any cruelty.
Last I checked, a house can't rip your fucking throat out.
Well, I can assure you, that depends on the house cat. Did I ever tell you about my uncle? Never mind. My point
He
is...
had the biggest Maine Coon I've ever seen.
Yeah.
It was a bobcat.
It wouldn't be Maine Coon. It would be let's see. It would be a Belmont Coon. Looking at the map. But no. Never mind. My uncle. My uncle is not important to this. She is clearly powerful. She is clearly a predator, but she is a childish one. She wants to hurt us more than she wants to be finished playing. And that is something that we still have a chance to exploit.
Exploit?
When someone is that confident in the belief that they can forever toy with the object of their anger, their hatred, they become sloppy. They make mistakes. We must be vigilant for those mistakes and prepared to strike.
I'll probably feel a little bit better about that plan once I get my other half back.
Indeed. I'm glad we are making such good time. I hope this weather holds. For
That would be
now,
a shame if something popped up.
imagine that. Knowing our luck, I'm sure it's bound to tomorrow. It is good to have
I'm
you
only.
back, Sergeant.
I mean, we're only causing
Just,
trouble
like,
for
pops
the
up in
goddess of
between.
storms.
Yeah, literally. I'm picturing a cartoon. Oh my God, it's Fidget.
You know.
But yes, I'm.
Sorry, Fidget, I didn't hear what you said.
Yes,
Said, yeah, we're only causing trouble for one of the gods of storms. I'm sure the weather will hold.
indeed. Um, but yeah, uh, so I'm just gonna say to him,
Yeah, I'm really not sure if you could have jinxed that anymore, Kyle.
yeah.
Way to go.
All I was gonna say is that it is good to have you back, Sergeant.
I never wasn't here, I just couldn't.
You know what I mean. I missed our conversations. Now let's go find you this pool.
Take a compliment, you stubborn orc.
What he said.
She doesn't look at you, it says half orc.
Well, I'm full asshole.
All right, that's my scene. That's the one I
Not the
wanted
biggest one I've seen, though.
to do.
The better to trick you with.
Well, Rembrandt was pretty big. It's gonna be hard to be bigger than that asshole. You know what I mean?
I can aim for more.
I genuinely don't know how to respond to that. I don't know what I don't know what you want from me. But it's good to talk to you too, Fidget.
It's nice to have someone else to talk shit with. Everyone else here is too stuffy.
Right? So uptight. You think with all that clenching, everybody else would be the asshole.
Right?
Someone's got to loosen them up.
Yeah. That's... I immediately just agreed to that! Why did I immediately just agree to that? Wait! 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 You just kept fucking drinking! Hey! I was like, yeah, wait! Shit! Well, who better to do that than a fellow asshole?
Yep.
I'm gonna sharpen my axe. I don't think I've done that for a few days, so.
I'm just gonna listen to the horses.
Rentazar just shakes his head and goes, I knew it. I'm surrounded by assholes.
Bovidius closes his dark helmet.
You don't have a helmet, you have a hat.
I know.
Okay, so, as all of you continue to trundle along, the sun begins to dip towards the horizon, and the shadows begin to lengthen and extend. It appears that it will soon be time for all of you to make camp for the evening.
All right. I hop down off the cart and I start looking for a good spot.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, you can go ahead and roll me a survival check to see how good of a spot you find.
Sure. Oh, that one's just as good as perception. Oh, that's a natural 20.
Buddy.
You find a really nice spot.
I hope so.
There's this clearing in the forest that has this really nice, like, thick layer of moss, so that if you set up your tents on top of it, it's like a natural sort of air mattress.
Yeah.
It's nice and dry, and it's like elevated, so the water isn't going to pool if it rains. And there's a water source nearby. It's pretty legit.
All right. I'm gonna scout.
It's almost perfect.
I'm gonna scout the rest of the area around it for about 10-yard radius, just to make sure there
Busy all
aren't any
to him. If you
tracks.
find any
Okay.
duck, kill him.
Oh yeah. No. Ducks are my sworn enemy now. I took a level ranger. Yeah, I'm just gonna check for tracks or signs of any other sentient life as well as wildlife.
Okay. Would you like to keep the roll that you just made, or would you like to make a new one?
I mean, given the choice, I'll stick with the 20.
I know, right? Like, I have to ask. So, so you again, it's part of checking for a good campsite, right? You got to make sure that there's no, fucking bears or anything around here.
Mm-hmm.
So you do a nice big loop around the campsite, and it appears that the majority of the fauna appear to be deer and rabbits. So this area would also make probably some really great hunting if you guys decide to go and catch your own dinner.
Before I start shooting at any wildlife, I'm going to check with Nyx and make sure that we're not going to piss off any druids. But I'll let the team know.
I would make absolutely sure that it's not a druid first.
That's kind of what I'm
So maybe
thinking.
say hi to it and see if it responds.
Yeah, I'm probably going to avoid shooting wildlife in a sacred area. But I'm definitely going to let the team know that I found a spot.
Well, I mean, if I recall correctly, we weren't told no.
Yeah.
I think the sacred area was back in the grove.
As the resident
I'm just saying,
scoundrel,
the instructions were unclear, Fidget.
as the resident scoundrel, all I'm going to say is not getting told no doesn't mean you don't get in trouble.
Well, as the person who's also been eating hardtack for the past week, I could definitely use some venison.
No problem. I will
So
murder
if you're
Bandy
too
on
much
your
of a
behalf.
if you're too much of a wuss, I'll go fucking do it.
Okay.
I will come and I will talk to the animals and make sure that none of them are druids.
Wait, what?
What?
Yeah, I third that. What the hell?
You guys don't remember that fairy circle we passed by this fucking morning?
Oh, yeah, the one you danced naked with Stu in.
Oh yeah. No, I repressed that.
Yes,
100%.
well, somehow I'm the uptight one.
What?
I'm just saying, your glutes were like.
Well, yes,
What?
this body doesn't build itself.
Get a tent.
Ooh, no,
I see you're
she's my
making
junior
one.
officer.
No need. Randall's pitching one already.
It's time to stop. That's it. I'm going to pray to my patron.
I'm gonna go pray.
Is that what you call it?
Yeah.
Come, Fidget. Let us find some food.
I pray to my patron like 2
I
or 3
know.
times a day,
God.
bro.
I've fought you a bunch of times.
I have this special patron lotion that. Should probably stop that there.
Yeah. No, we'll end there before
Like
Twitch
dancing
fans
along the line.
Yeah.
Uh,
All right. So Fidget and I are going to find food then.
Sure.
All right. I have a bonus to survival if you want me to roll it.
I would love that.
Okay.
I have a minus to survival, so yeah, you should do it.
All right. So I'll take the help from Fidget, and that is a 15 to find food.
okay. So you do find an entire warren of rabbits.
Great.
So like there's this very large hole under a log that has fallen. And you can see that there's like multiple little brown and black rabbits just like hopping around and like going down into this hole and then coming out, and like some of them are boxing and some of them are sleeping. And
I'm going to listen very carefully and
Rabbits.
see if I can hear any of their conversation. Are any of them druids?
How wascally are the
they all
rabbits?
seem to be other than the two that are boxing, because the two that are boxing are just like as they're, bouncing and kicking at each other, it's like, oh yeah, you think you're gonna get all the females, huh? Yeah, fuck you, boy, huh? Yeah, no, I'm the one who's gonna get all of the females this year, okay? It's not gonna be you. Look, fuck, it's not gonna be you. Stop it, kick, out it. It's not gonna be you. And then the rest of them are kind of wandering around. Is that food? Is that food? No, that's not food. Is that? Oh, that's food. Oh, that's my food. That's my food. It's my food. Food. And they're just like, there's literally one who's got a stalk of grass that's just like disappearing into its mouth as it's chewing, and it's just literally like yum 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 yum.
I turn down to Fidget. None of them are druids. You have a bow,
Yum
right?
yum 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 yum.
Are any of them
yum,
cool?
Yum 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 yum.
No, they all sound very annoying. But they
Alright.
look very
Yum
silly.
yum 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 yum.
Honestly, if you get the one that's chewing first.
Yum yum yum.
Yeah, I'm gonna aim at the one that Bovidius suggests with my crossbow.
Yum 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 yum. Yeah,
So
roll me
roll
an
to hit?
attack. Yep.
Okay.
It would be embarrassing if you missed a rabbit.
Mm-hmm.
Well, now that you said it, there we go. That's a 24
Well-
to hit. I think that hits a rabbit.
Okay, so you immediately skewer the rabbit. So the crossbow bolt goes through it, and there's this immediate piercing shriek as it goes through its body and like pins it to the ground for a second. It starts kicking and thrashing all over the place,
Hold on.
screaming akin to what sounds like a baby.
Hold on. With
What?
an 18, can I not like hit it in the head?
Yeah, you can hit it in the head. It's still gonna scream and kick for a second.
Okay. It would?
I would think so.
Yeah.
All right.
If I never mind. Yeah. So you shoot it in the head and give it a very quick and relatively painless death, but there's still that few seconds of screaming before, and the rest of the rabbits like immediately it just freeze.
Well, I'm reloading my crossbow, so hopefully Bovidius has a
And
backup.
you hear one of them like it looks around and it's like safe? Safe?
Yep.
And then you can see all of them like start sniffing and like standing up on their head and on their hind legs, like safe,
Hand axe.
safe.
Let's see here.
Are you gonna
Yeah, I'm
toss
gonna
it?
ask. What the fuck have you guys done?
We're murdering rabbits right now.
Oof, I missed
Yeah, no, I've gathered
rabbit.
that much. I'm
They
just
are.
asking
I'm
the
talking
You
context.
missed the
to my
rabbit.
patron.
I think I
we-
missed the rabbit.
We traveled for the day and made camp.
At which point
He's
you've
11, you
been
missed a rabbit.
attacked by rabbits?
No, we went hunting for rabbits at Nix's
No.
request.
Oh, this is intentional. Okay.
Mhm.
Yes. So, your hand axe spins through the air and lands next to one of the rabbits, and you see two of them jump as the hand axe lands in between them, and then you hear "not safe, not safe," as all of them run away.
Can I get one more shot off before they all disappear?
Yeah, you can certainly try.
Oh, that's a poison spray. I'll take it. 24.
Well, all the meat is now inedible, but you did it.
Not with a crossbow.
With the poison spray.
No, I'll roll for the light crossbow. I would not poison.
Yeah, I was
my
gonna say
food.
maybe we should roll for the crossbow. Yeah, that
17.
is
Do
fine.
it. Shoot it with arsenic.
Nope. Okay. So yeah, you catch another one as it's trying to dart away, and it just like onto the ground, just twitches a little bit, and it is no more. You now have 2 rabbits and about 25 very scared ones.
Okay. Well, is that enough for 6?
No.
No.
I don't think you understand how much protein I need.
Maybe we should look for deer.
Yes.
These glutes don't build themselves.
I'm on keto, bro. I need at least half a leg of venison.
Exactly.
These 2 rabbits are mine. What do you guys have?
Right? I've got
this
a
is my
lovely
snack.
brace of conies here. So, I guess we'll do another survival check for deer.
Do you want some berries of the good variety?
Ooh, that'd be a great
mean,
side.
Personally, I'm good with that.
Technically, it sates hunger for a day.
Indeed.
You can hunt deer, like do what you want. I'm a chill.
Well, I mean, they're already hunting deer. This is the problem. It's like...
Also, Asimir, I didn't know that you were coming to join us on this hunting trip. It was good to see you.
I'm back.
He just walks out of a tree like, "Hey guys, what's up?"
Right.
Out of bed. I walk out of bed.
Okay, so I'm gonna do another survival check for the deer, right? Okay.
Okay.
Sure.
Nat 20!
Nice.
Bavidius picks up like a leaf from the ground and does like the
You
deer
have
whistle.
advantage on survival?
No, isn't Fidget
Oh, 'cause
helping?
he's helping you. Okay, yeah, right.
Yeah.
Yeah. No,
Okay,
I'm
cool,
sorry.
cool,
Calm.
cool,
Okay,
cool.
okay. Hold on.
No,
All right,
it's so defensive.
So, why am I? You're being defensive. I'm not being defensive. I'm deflecting. That's
Of course.
all right.
A likely story.
So, yeah, you find a particular watering hole that has a lot of cedar growing around it. And there's also a very small apple tree growing in this particular grove. So those are two of the favored foods of deer. And that makes itself incredibly evident because there are 6 deer in this clearing. 2 of them are nibbling on some of the apples that are on the ground. One of them is drinking from the water source, and the other 3 are just eating a shit ton of cedar.
Do any of these?
And now I have to Google and make sure that deer actually like cedar. They eat it in the winter because that's the only thing that's available. So sort of, kind of, not really.
It's Fantasyland. They eat cedar in
this
the
is-
summer here.
This is special magic cedar that tastes good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Special magic, yeah.
they-
It's grown near a druid grove. It has all the nutrients they need and tastes super yummy.
Yeah.
Fuck it.
Fuck yeah.
It's got a particular crunch to it. It's kind of like Doritos.
Yeah. Ooh, the nacho cheese cedar.
Cedar wood.
They're using it like
Kool-Aid?
like all brand. No. They're using it like all brand. They can't just fill up on all the sugar of the apples. They
Right,
gotta like
yeah.
have some fiber.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
No, I mean,
That's what we're going with.
These are really health conscious deer.
Oh
yeah,
my
absolutely. These are health conscious deer.
Yeah.
So
This deer hunt is brought to you by AG1 Athletic Greens.
no. Wait for them to email us.
Yeah, you're right. I don't want to. Yeah.
So I'm not the one that drinks it on stream though. But I will.
Actually,
this
they're
means-
eating a bunch of cedar because those glutes don't build themselves.
There you
That's
go.
right.
I will. I will point out the fattest looking, like the best looking meal out of these deer.
All right.
That's the
Yeah,
fattest
there's one
deer
particular-
right there.
There's one particular doe who looks quite hefty. It just so happens to be
Yeah.
the one that's eating the apples.
Check
She's
the
a-
glutes out on
she's a
that one.
Thick girl, is she?
The fact that you're saying it's a doe, are you trying to trick me into killing a pregnant deer?
Check out the. What do you mean trick? How are we gonna make cheese?
I feel like
I'm just saying,
correct me if I'm wrong.
she looks rotund.
I feel like with a nat 20 survival check, we would be able to tell if there was baby deers in the deer.
Baby deer's in the deer.
That's how it works, right?
Yes,
So,
it's
fun
technically how
story.
it works.
So when
This-
a buck and a doe really love
This
each other.
game started in the fall. So there is no way that this doe
Oh, yeah.
is pregnant. She is just fat.
Okay,
Facts.
excellent. So I
All
point out the fat doe, and I'd
All
be
right.
like, "Hey,
So
Making
we're
that
just gonna
fat
kill the
like-
one with the
you can see
donk
it-
on it.
You can see its legs
Yeah.
are just like shaking under its weight. Like it's
I
just
have
eating
never-
so many
Objectifying
apples.
this doe.
I have never felt more like a fuckboy at a club than in this moment." So I point out the
Check out
fat.
that one.
I point out the
It's
girl
just
with the
like,
dump
look
truck.
at that fat
I
deer.
point at the girl with the dump truck across the clearing, and I point out to Fidget, "Yo, that's the one."
Yo, hit that.
Yo,
that,
hit
bro.
that.
I'd like to sink my teeth into her flanks, if you know what
Now I
I mean.
understand what my experience going out with Kyle is going to be.
We're
We're
once again riding the line towards being banned, but that's fine.
I also
Yep.
That's a 23 to hit. I
Yeah,
hit
I
that.
think that hits.
Ah, yeah.
You hit.
Yeah, boy.
My crossbow bolts are usually longer. It's
So-
cold, so
So the deer's dead. The deer is dead.
that was
I were the deer.
significant shrinkage.
Oh, we're
deer is dead.
slowly turning into a YouTube channel.
yeah.
Yep. I'm gonna go pick up the deer.
It has died. It has perished.
Okay.
Okay. Although you're supposed to pick it up before you hit it. Just saying. Anyways.
I
Sorry.
started this. Why am I the one face palming?
I'm trying so
sorry.
hard here.
Okay. So you now have 2 dead rabbits and a dead deer. A female deer.
No! Dear. I will, I'll turn to Fidget and I'll say, "Well shot, my friend."
So
Let's
yeah, immediately you shoot the doe and the rest of them like scatter
As they do.
because deer are very like skittish. So actually, Bovidius, you can hear the oh shit as they're like
Yeah!
This is victim blaming on the deer. Bavidius has murdered like Auntie something.
I killed
Yeah, that's
Bambi's
true.
mom. I get it. Technically, I made Fidget kill Bambi's mom.
Hey.
No, this is
Stay on
voluntary.
it, Andy Bay.
You're the Manson
We
of
gotta
deer
stay-
murder.
It's like the fish is like no, nobody made me do anything.
Oh, yeah, no, I enjoy killing.
Okay, so you
I pick up
have
the deer, we go back
sufficiently
to
killed
camp.
a deer. Can we please move on? Jesus Christ.
Dude, this is peak D&D.
Did we check the area for spices? Can't have deer without
For spices?
spice to go along
I
with
thought
it.
we had
Yeah.
good berries.
You just said there's cedar, there's apples.
Good berries.
Okay, you're gonna
good
have
berries
like
are
a
flavorless, actually.
an apple deer flank. That's good.
Cedar
Yeah.
smoked,
Actually,
apple
apple
basted.
goes so well with venison. Like,
Okay. I think.
is this going to be the whole episode? We're just going to talk about
Yeah, we're
cooking-
just gonna talk
cooking
about food.
venison.
This is basically
I'm
going to be
very
the Game
hungry.
of Thrones chapter where they talk about dinner.
This is yeah. Okay. This is
That's
fine.
every chapter, honestly.
I'm now imagining
Uh,
a remake of 50 Cents into Club as a recipe for cooking all of this venison.
Oh god.
anyways, so you guys return
Mm-hmm.
to camp with
Mhm.
your rabbits and your deer.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Hey guys, look what
Yep,
we
yep.
found.
Well done.
Thank you,
I will
So-
stoke
Sedona.
a fire and get a pit, and we will field dress the deer. We will all eat well tonight.
Well said, good sir. I imagine I have some sort of training in field dressing an animal.
I couldn't take the
Probably.
create bonfire spell because it was in a different book, and I'm sad.
That's okay.
It would be good.
I will create
If
a
only
buff.
we had some potatoes to go with the deer.
How
Oh, surely
dare
he
you,
left some
sir.
lying around.
No, he did not. He cares for each and every
Yeah,
of
you
his
took all of them.
potatoes, and he left you not a one. Although you guys do have plenty of root vegetables and stuff from that farm that you
Mhm.
guys found a few days
And
ago.
ransack.
Yeah, so between those, the apples, some good berries, we got a pretty nice feast here.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I hope one of you can cook.
Okay.
Me too.
Oh God.
Who brought the chef's tools?
You guys assemble all of the ingredients. And you're like, okay,
The episode in
cook?
which the party dies
And,
from
like,
fucking
the
you want me to
awkward
forge a
silence
menu?
that ensues.
Forge a menu.
That's
That's
not.
the best I got for you.
Wait a second. Did we go out and kill a deer and a couple rabbits without knowing whether or not anybody can cook them first?
I have produced flame. What are you talking about? Like, it's fine.
I'm
Wouldn't it fall
confused.
under
I'm
survival?
confused.
Yeah,
We
like just
cook
because we.
the meat and then we eat the meat.
I'm just joking around.
Did we miss something?
Yeah, honestly.
Yeah, but if you cook the meat wrong, you can get sick. So, like,
Is
does
this a
anybody
mechanic?
know how to not cook the meat wrong?
Sure. I don't know.
Yeah,
We
I
didn't-
mean, we-
there's no like craft cooking skill. I assume we know how to not
Yeah,
die.
we can-
Yeah, wouldn't it be
muddle through.
baseline survival even if we don't have like
Oh,
chef's
yeah.
tools and bonus proficiencies and stuff?
Version.
All right.
Probably. So this is me setting up somebody to make a survival roll.
I will do it.
so you don't fucking poison everybody.
Poison the party.
15?
There you go.
That's fucking
Yeah,
decent.
that'll do.
15. Nice. Only one of us got poisoned.
It's fidget.
You're
Oh,
the
hey,
smallest.
also
You have
hate
that
the
light
rabbit
that you cast
constitution.
poison spray on. Okay, so all of you eat your fill for once, and there's a lovely variety of meats and vegetables and fruits of various colors and sizes. And as all of you finish your rather hearty meal, you find yourselves needing to prepare for sleep and watches.
I will
I'll
take
take
first
first
watch. Or I'll take second watch.
And I will take the third.
Okay, so who's taking first watch?
I am. Branthazar.
Okay. And then.
Domino.
Okay, who's taking fourth?
I'll take fourth.
So, as all of you prepare for sleepy, sleepy fun times, that's actually where we're going to take a 5-minute break. and we will see everyone back here in about 5 minutes. Bye. Hello, everyone, and welcome back. After a bunch of super inappropriate deer conversation, we find the party getting ready to go to sleep and move on.
And never speak of this again.
So the way you
Never
say
speak
that
of this
makes it
again.
sound like we are sleeping with the deer.
Dear Lord, Kyle.
That makes it. I'm gonna kill every single one of you.
All right, I'm sorry.
So meanwhile, back at the camp, so I get to choose my spells every day as an artificer. So before I choose, I'm going to cast Alarm on the camp.
Nice.
Okay.
I'm going to make it an auditory alarm, and I'm going to make it anything medium or larger.
Okay.
She attacks us with
Anything medium or larger.
Yes. Yeah.
So,
I have a question.
if I move, your alarm's going to go off. You know that, right?
No, anything that enters that isn't us
Oh, okay.
and is medium or large.
Well, because he knows that I'm the type of dick where it's like, yeah, anything other than us, and I'm like, it just keeps going off because beetles keep walking over it.
Yeah.
Yep.
Aww.
I have a question.
Aww.
Can I
Yes.
expend a higher level spell slot for a spell that cannot be upcast? Like, can I just use a second level slot to cast a first level, even if it doesn't have like a bonus value? Can I just do it?
I guess so. What spell are you trying to...
Oh, I'm gonna cast Goodberry like 9 times before we sleep.
Ah, so the good berries only last like 24 hours, I think, max.
Yeah,
So...
I can maybe find a use for 200
And I-
berries. I don't know.
And I'm not entirely sure if, like, every time you recast it, all the other berries go away.
It doesn't say, no, like, it would say, like, if there's another instance of the spell, it would cancel the first one. All other spells that have that stipulation say it. This one does not. You can just cast good berries. If you don't want me
Yeah,
to
but
use
I'm
second
gonna
level
make that
spell slots,
stipulation.
I'll just.
Like-
That's fine. I'll cast it once. Can I cast it as a second level spell to make it juniper berries?
Because if you consistently have, like, 80 fucking good berries on hand...
Welcome to Druid.
It's a little ridiculous.
That's fine. I will cast it once and then go bed by.
Okay. Okay, so Barenthazar, I need you to roll me a perception check, please. Good sir.
Okay, here we go. 15.
Where the frick did roll 20 go? Ah, okay, there it is. Okay, so, during your watch, there are a few bats that are just kind of fluttering about, eating a lot of the insects that are trying to bother all of you while you are sleeping.
Yeah.
And yeah, the bats are actually doing an incredibly good job of keeping all of the mosquitoes away from everybody's tents. So, but yeah, that's nothing else really to report. Your watch passes without incident.
Yeah.
So who's next?
Well,
It's Bobby?
that'd be Domino's next.
Okay, it's dominant.
So I go and wake Domino for his watch at the end of mine.
Okay.
That would be an 11.
Okay, so about an hour or so into your watch, you can begin to hear like these heavy sort of footfalls and the occasional snap of a twig and the sound of something snuffling heavily.
All right, well, I'll be waking up Brentazar and Bovidius. Sorry to wake your slumber, but I hear something coming.
No problem. I get up and
Mhm. I spin
grab my
around
long
as well.
sword and my shield.
Okay.
Draw my weapon.
So, as all of you look around, you can see this very large, fur-covered shape, closely flanked by two smaller ones, just begin to step into the area where it would be visible, and you see this very large black bear that has two other bears about half of her size, just kind of trailing really close to her. And there's like she'll occasionally stop and put her head up, and you can hear like the sound of sniffing, and before she'll like put her head back down and start making her way. And you realize that she's snuffling her way towards the carcass of the deer.
I just look at Domino and go, "Let her have it. She's got
Agreed.
2 cubs."
We can find more tomorrow. And I'll return to my bedroll.
I do as well.
And I'll give a wide, a lot of space between myself and the deer or the bear. A lot.
Okay. So very like good question. Where did you guys leave the carcass?
I think it would have been, those like A-frame trusses that you dry meat on.
Mhm.
I think I would have set one of those up um, uh, while Domino and I were field dressing the deer. And so,
Mhm.
like you'd have the legs hanging, you'd have the rack hanging, you'd have different parts of the deer hanging from that kind of frame.
Okay. So essentially, the bear is going to snuffle up to one of the legs and like open her mouth and grab it between her teeth and start pulling, and just tears it with relative ease from where it is hanging. Before she immediately puts it down, and you can hear the noises of her cubs as they begin to tear into the meat before she stands up again and grabs another section of the deer, and starts eating that herself. And all of this is occurring about 20 or so feet away from all of you.
Does my ability to communicate with animals last until the start of our long rest or the end of our long rest?
Until you long rest. So unfortunately, you have started resting. Ergo, you have lost it.
I couldn't remember. All right. I've got no. I mean, we'll keep our eye on them, especially if they're sticking around for a while. But I
No need
have
to
no
poke the
problem
bear.
with nature. Exactly. Don't poke the bear. We have let them share in our bounty, and they will go on their way.
In light of the
And yeah,
sacred
true
bear,
to
The sacred bear, the guardian. Yes.
so yeah, they spend about 15 or 20 minutes just eating. And once they have pretty efficiently like removed all of the meat from the bones, you can see the cubs just kind of begin to start to play, and the mother just kind of settles down and starts like cleaning her claws and her paws as her two adorable little babies just like tussle and flop over each other, and you can like, and they're making all of these adorable little bear noises. And as she's like, you can see that she's like mid cleaning one of her claws, and her eyes shift so that you can see that predatory reflection of the light in the back of her irises as she realizes that all of you are there. You begin to hear this low, rumbling growl as her two cubs immediately stop playing.
Perception check to see if I wake up.
Sure.
Boop, boop, boop. 8 plus. Probably not because I'm asleep, but 8 plus
Angry
7
mama
is
bears
15.
are not particularly quiet, so I'm assuming
15.
that would
Fair
definitely
point,
wake you
yeah.
up.
I rouse
that's
from
definitely
my
gonna-
slumber. Okay, how far away is Bear and Two Cub?
15 feet.
15 feet.
15.
As in pretty much within range of Bear.
Mm-hmm.
Are we rolling for initiative?
She hasn't attacked yet,
Seeing her,
so you can if you want to.
start to growl, I'll stand back up to my full height. All what the fuck am I, like 7'5", 7'4"? All 7'4"
Who am
inches of
I?
me. Stand up real tall, make myself big, and put my hand out and say, "We have shared our food with you. Take your cubs and go in peace." Not that I expect her to understand me anymore, but I'm literally just trying to
So-
be calming.
You stand up and look very big and intimidating. And she immediately stands up as well.
Yeah. There's a cub.
Okay. From the bedroll, Atten will cast the Druid craft spell at the bear and produce the smell of a skunk.
Hmm.
Dinky bear.
Okay. So you immediately
Just waft a big old fart towards him.
just the biggest fart.
It's like lift up the sleeping bag and just a gust of wind. Just like a foghorn. Just...
So this is the faint odor of skunk.
Yes.
It fits in a 5-foot cube. I don't know.
Is it the faint
Yeah,
odor, or is it
but
the odor
has a
that causes
specific effect.
fainting?
It says the faint odor of a skank.
Oh, okay.
Skink. So yeah.
It might work. It might not. I don't
So
know.
the bear starts like huffing and making all of these angry sort of sounding bear noises. Seems to be more amped up about the very large minotaur that's too close to her cubs.
Well,
She put her cubs there. Dumb bear. Isn't this what you're supposed to do about a black bear, though? Is like, oh, isn't there something about loud noises, too?
I think
I
if
don't
you do
think
That
that,
you
works
can-
for a bear that's alone.
Yeah.
It
Yeah, I
doesn't
don't
work
think you
for
can
a mama
coerce
bear with
mama
her
bear.
cubs.
Well, I wasn't trying to
Yeah.
scare it anyways. I was trying to, like... I
Yeah.
wanted to make an animal handling check here.
You could certainly try.
Yeah. And
Handle
again,
your
like
animal.
I'm saying with a calming voice, "We've shared our food with you. Please go on." Just trying to have a calming
Please
voice
fuck off.
for her. Pretty much. So animal handling, nat 20
okay.
for a total of 20.
Okay. So you very wisely have a little bit of meat that's just left over from the huge amount of food that all of you were eating. So you'd like very slowly reach down and pick it up and then like toss it to the bear. And so that smell of just cooked meat immediately wafts up, and you can see that she's making all these grumbly noises and then immediately stops and just like and starts snuffling and then goes back down onto all 4 feet and starts snuffling and goes up to the meat and immediately just like hoovers it up before she reaches up, grabs one more large hunk of deer meat out of wherever you guys had hung it, and then like herds her cubs with her paws away from all of you.
Go in peace, mother. And
So it's pretty safe to say you guys don't have any more deer meat.
that's okay. Do we still have that brace of conies? The
Well,
rabbits?
What?
The rabbits. The wabbits.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, cool. So that's breakfast.
I don't think you guys ate the rabbits. So,
I guess I'll take over from Domino now and start the third watch.
okay.
All right.
May it be less eventful.
Indeed. Thank you, brother.
And so,
All right. Perception. Watch this is where karma hits me for those 220s. Yep. That is a natural 2 for a 5.
okay.
So, you spend the entirety of your watch just anxious about this mother bear potentially returning because you innately realize that you are a split second away from her just charging you. And there's still every chance that she's going to put her cubs in a den somewhere and then come back and finish the job. So you're just on constant alert, just full pivot. And so every twig snap, every moving shadow just makes your heart race a little bit. And yeah, you spend the next 2 hours just anxiously alert. But fortunately, you don't see anything.
Very good.
But you're not sure whether or not there was something to see.
Mm-hmm. I will wake Fidget for the last watch.
Did I miss anything?
There was a bear came and shared some of our food.
Hmm? Is it dead?
No. Didn't really feel like tussling with a mother bear and her 2 cubs.
Could have had bear meat. That's all right.
Well, if it
They
comes
had
back,
bear meat
we
stuffed
still
with
may.
deer meat.
we could have had a bear deerkin.
Wouldn't it be a
Okay.
bear deer
Wouldn't
bit?
it be a bear deer bit?
Yeah, there you go. Bear deer bit.
Give me
Nice.
back the brain cell, Kyle.
No, it's mine. um, so
Yeah, so I get up and I take my watch.
Okay.
Now my watch begins.
Mm.
Indeed, it does.
And I will roll my favorite. That's a 15.
Okay. So Fidget, are you afraid of bears?
Not a lot of them I'm afraid of, I'm not gonna lie.
Okay.
Yeah.
So essentially, Pavidius tells you about this mama bear and her cubs, in the area, and you're just sitting there like, oh, well, whatever. That can't be. That's
Yeah,
not.
well,
That's not that big of a deal. Everything's fine.
I've set the alarm, so I go back to
Yeah.
where the deer is to keep an eye on it and make
Yep.
sure that it's not like a target for other predators or scavengers. And then
Well,
I pull out.
As you go over,
ahead.
you realize that a very large amount of the meat is missing.
Yeah, I'm bummed, but whatever. I got more bolts.
So yeah, it seems your compatriots just let this bear and her babies eat their fill.
That's a problem for Sunrise. We'll deal with that when everybody's awake. I'm gonna spend my 2 hours like one eye on the outskirts and one eye on some of the material that I've been gathering on our journey about the living word and about the melody of the Maelstrom and about the druids, all that lore that we've collected.
Okay.
Seeing if I can gather any more information, kind of read between the lines, see if there's any common threads amongst the more like esoteric language that seem to connect.
Your little homunculus kind of skitters up onto your shoulder. It doesn't say anything, it's just waiting.
Is everything okay?
Depends.
What?
We wish to ensure that you still walk the path upon which you were placed.
What other path is there available?
Path that you walk has many striations of betrayal. We do not wish for you to turn from her face.
You question my intentions.
Yes.
And if I were to change my intent, who else would you find? What other children are left from your people? You and I are bound to each other.
And that is why you cannot betray her.
If I knew who I was serving, then I could give my whole heart. But as it is, I can do no more than doubt. It's what I've been taught to do.
You have all of the information that you require. You only need to listen.
I'm listening.
We disagree.
Should I only listen to you? Are you the god of knowledge?
You know well that some sources are not cited. Some information can be misleading.
Certainly can.
And if you are indeed misled, how can you be sure you are headed in the right direction?
How indeed.
It is not us that you should question. It is everyone around you.
You are around me.
And we are also of you. And you are of us. And of her.
Then she should
Do
reciprocate.
not forget. The powers with which you play, with which you shape your trinkets, are her reciprocation. She has given you tools and knowledge.
Is this Is this party that I am now companion to part of your plan? If it is, then perhaps you should look to the gods that are also part of this and speak with them, because they have disciples here as well. It seems to me like I have a lot more choice available to me than you do. Perhaps if loyalty were rewarded, then it would be reciprocated. But I'm not interested in fealty or obedience. I'm interested in knowledge. And I thought, so were you. If it's revealed that bias is preferred over truth, then I know my mistress. And I return to my scroll.
The homunculus, like, crawls up so that it's over your ear.
And I flick it off my shoulder.
Just, fuck you. So you just hear the start of the living word. What? You just hear the paper like hit the grass somewhere. Like, it's like starts walking in circles because you bent one of its legs.
So, can I roll a history check?
No, I need you to roll me a Constitution save.
Okay, cool. 14.
Okay. You immediately feel this incredibly sharp pain at the base of your skull, akin to someone driving an ice pick through the back of your head and into your brain.
Well, I mean, I cry out in pain.
I'm gonna ask, would it startle any of us out of sleep?
Probably. Everybody else hears this blood-curdling scream.
I get up and run over to where Fidget is with my sword drawn.
Same.
I'm probably collapsed on the ground at this point, with the scrolls kind of splayed out on the floor, on the ground.
So you are, like, writhing in all of the knowledge that you have gained, and you hear a voice in your head that says, "This mind belongs to me. And if it is not used for my purposes, then I will extinguish it. Do you understand?"
Talk is cheap.
You feel the grip on your mind tighten even further. And the pain elevates to a level that you didn't even know existed, that is almost beyond comprehension.
I'm probably shaking a Fidget at this point, trying to snap him out of it.
Yeah, I mean, all right.
And you just hear something hiss in your head. It's as if you question me. I have no use for you. Before the grip immediately loosens and retreats.
Okay.
And you are left with a handprint of agony, a memory of suffering just imprinted on the outside of your brain.
Okay. I guess I snap out of it. Kind of like.
Yep.
Are you okay, Fidget?
No.
What happened?
We might have two gods pissed off at us.
That's not good.
Just when I thought my day couldn't get any better.
Before you leave, maybe I'll go confer with my patron. See if they have any insight.
Yeah, I think everybody should. I turned to Bovidius. I just look him in the eyes, and you can see, like, this is probably the first time since you met me that you can see pain in my eyes.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just like, I need this thing out of my head.
What is it?
I don't know. It's been with me since I was a kid. But I used to think it was, I don't know, at first I thought it was my conscience. And then I thought it was maybe something connected to the living word. But now, I think it's a parasite.
I am certainly no expert in these types of matters, but you will have whatever help I can offer. Tell me what you need of me.
I think we're still on the right track. Maybe when we get Nyx where she needs to go, we can kill two birds with one stone.
Indeed.
So you would drink from the pool of life?
I'll drink from the pool of urine if it'll get this thing out of my fucking head.
We were warned that only a druid may approach the pool.
Mm.
Lest we anger the guardian.
Well, they're still master healers. Perhaps they might have some knowledge as to how to solve this problem.
Mm-hmm. Is Atmir, are you awake?
Like physically?
like,
Character,
like in
not
character,
player.
yeah.
I dropped my nickel.
Oh no.
Aww.
Did it land heads or tails?
It's a heads.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm awake.
Atmir, do you know anything about this type of sorcery, voices in the head, anything that we might be able to do to help rid our friend of this parasite, as it were?
By the way, Charlotte, do I take damage?
No. But every time the word parasite is used in reference to this, you feel like a twinge.
Mm-hmm.
Have you guys seen Malignant?
No.
Like in character, you mean?
No.
We're not
We
going
need
there.
cut out the
We're not
cancer.
waiting to get
Bovidius is a next level cinephile.
Could you go ahead and describe the nature of this parasite to me? It's not my in-game voice. I don't know what happened.
I just love the way the Fidget's gonna be like, dude, I have a parasite, and he's gonna be like, I knew you didn't cook that venison enough. I
Fucking here.
I mean, I could cure disease if you want me to try.
I don't think this is a disease.
This is something worse.
This is something.
Well, what do you
astral.
experience?
It's a voice, but
And When does it speak to you?
Whenever it wants.
Whenever it wants?
Whenever it wants.
Have you tried reaching out to it?
Well, let's just say we used to be on better terms. Since we started learning about this whole situation, and with Umberlee's untimely death, I think my motivations have become suspect. I think the living word doubts my intentions.
Do they have any reason to?
The only thing I don't want is to be controlled. And if that's the goal of the living word, then it picked the wrong person.
I suppose it could exist somewhere within you, and I suppose that one way of dealing with it might be to confront it on even ground.
The even ground be for a celestial thing.
Well, if it's in your subconscious, it would be inside of your subconscious when you dream.
How would I take control of that?
Learning to manifest in your dreams takes a while, but it is something that we could discuss. We could work on together. I don't imagine it will be an overnight thing. Haha. But we
Well-
can certainly try.
I'll try anything.
I'll get the panacea. This is probably like a nighttime endeavor, though.
All right. Well, he kind of gives you a guarded look and he says, "Thank you."
No problem. I said I was here to help guide, and if this is the path, I can show it to you.
I'll take whatever help I can get. Hey.
What did I draw?
Was it another nickel?
No, it was a speaker.
Oh,
It's all
fuck.
the nickels.
I'm sure the speaker cost a lot of nickels.
And... Is there anything fun I can do? Not really.
Is there anything?
Are we
fun
doing
you can
anything
do?
specific today?
I think
Or
we're
we
just
just
continuing to
traveling?
travel east.
Mhm.
I won't waste time then.
I'm going to dispel
I
the
mean, I
alarm.
did something specific today.
Well, I could cast augury, but like if there's nothing specific we're doing, it's kind of a waste of time. I
Yeah,
could
it
use
needs
druidcraft
specific
to
wisdom.
predict
This
the
asks,
weather.
will
but-
we be safe?
Wheel or
Signs
blow.
point to no.
Listen, I
Doubtful.
went through all the trouble of making like fucking star signs. I'm gonna horoscope when I can.
Fair enough.
I made one for each of the backgrounds. Like you have the criminal, you have the charlatan, the acolyte.
Nice.
That
Pretty
will
cool.
be fitting.
You
Anyway.
like you guys just wake up in the morning and he gives you your freaking reading for the day.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Here's your
100%.
fortune
Mars
Read it
is
for
in
myself.
retrograde today, so you should make sure that you stay indoors at all times.
I was looking because you mentioned that we're in like autumn, right?
hmm
I know I wrote that the hermit was active between the autumn equinox and the winter solstice. Yeah, and it's reflective and
So-
interesting. Anyway,
After that particularly harrowing experience from Fidget, does anybody have anything else that they would like to say? Or
So
do.
I would like to confer with my patron.
Okay.
All right, so I find a quiet spot, obviously,
Mm-hmm.
and I close my eyes, and in my through mental, like I guess through mental relay, I guess telepathically, I pray to to my patron, Weaver of Fate. I
Okay.
beseech thee.
Mm-hmm.
I need answers. What do I need to roll for this?
So, no. You got to tell me what offering do you make to the Weaver of Fate?
I have nothing to offer but what I have already offered you in the past. My fealty and the promise of a vessel upon my death.
Offer her some venison.
We don't have any
We
left.
do have some rabbits.
Ah, damn.
I don't want to rob Avidius of his breakfast. No, I take some. I take some of the. If there's any vegetables left, I take a few of them, and I guess I burn them in offering.
Okay.
We raided a whole farm. I
And
think you got plenty there.
yeah, I ask,
So,
what is the god that troubles my companion Fidget so? And how can we remove its grip from him?
I need you to roll me a religion check, please.
Give me a moment. I was already there. I just had to go back to the page. 18.
Ooh.
Okay. So you hear this sort of staticky noise. And then a voice sounds in your mind. And you hear, "Hey, Bronthasar, what's up?"
There is a god that has got a grip on a compatriot of mine. He is
Okay.
sorry, Harder out again. Ben, you're one of the children of the living word.
That's correct.
All right, I just wanted to make sure. I wanted to make sure before I said it.
You have to both.
All right, back to game. He is one of the last children of the living word.
Okay.
And it seems to have a painful grip on him, and I need to know what trouble we might go through with this.
Oh, so
Of
much. I
removing
have
it.
so much planned with that. Like,
Wait, what?
This is so meta. I love this.
oh no, yeah, I'm probably gonna milk that particular storyline for a bit. So I'd
No.
probably not worry about it.
I know, but I thought you were saying it as the patron, and I was like, wait, what?
No,
I
she
am
is.
saying it as the patron.
Your patron
Fate.
is
That's Charlotte.
Your
Your patron
patron
is
is
Charlotte.
the Weaver of Fate, which is me.
My patron is the DM.
Honestly, that's fucking awesome.
I stole from that guy from one of those guys on TikTok. He said, "You know, great idea for D&D thing," and I'm like, "Yeah, that is a good idea."
Yeah.
Sure, this is deep in the paracosm of this universe.
We have officially
So,
broken the
yeah,
metagaming rule irrevocably.
honestly, as I said, I have quite a few plans for that particular storyline. So it's like I've got this whole arc thing that I'm gonna do. So maybe don't worry about it for a bit. I'll let you know. Okay.
Oh, okay.
Cool. Yeah. Also, I'm really sorry, but I gotta let you go. I'm actually playing D&D right now. Okay.
Well,
Talk to you later.
okay.
Bye.
All right. You have fun. Sold my soul for this?
Oh
That's
man.
what you get when you only offer up vegetables to your deity.
Right?
Yeah.
Right? Well, I didn't want Bavidius to be cranky the rest of the fucking day. I could have had more rabbit, but somebody needed to talk to their patron. Fucking asshole.
You can
Yeah, this
shoot
is my
laser
favorite twist of
blasts
the
from
game
your
so far.
hand. You could find your own sacrifice.
Next time I'll chop a piece of those glutes you've been fucking working on your whole life.
You know
Patron
what?
might like some beef.
I could use a little flank. Sounds okay.
You folks concern me greatly.
Gives a whole new meaning to
Easy
the
there,
word flanking, doesn't it?
Sleep with one eye open.
So, Barenthazar, after an incredibly weird conversation
Or
with
incredibly
your
normal.
deity,
Yeah.
or incredibly normal,
Yeah.
There's a
Depending on
reason
your
it's the
time
first
period,
time
it's
we've
less
heard
than
him
I'm
talk
imagining
to
like, I'm imagining she hangs up and he's like, "What the fuck is D&D?"
Why you got my quip? I sold my soul for this?
him.
Suddenly she comes back. Hey, it was worth it.
Okay.
So yeah,
Right.
buddy. Next time, bring me like coffee or a Snickers bar or something. Okay. Fuck.
Snickers bar. Alcohol?
All right. So we wake up.
Yep. I'm assuming all of you were woken up by the "This is what I sold my soul for."
Yeah. I take it that conversation went
We're
poorly.
still awake, probably awake, and went, buddy, I hear you. I hear you. Didn't sell my soul, but I hear you. Fuck.
But yes, I guess that kid snapped me awake, and I'll be like, I take it that conversation went poorly.
You could say that. She said she had to play something called D&D. I have no idea what that is, but I don't pretend to
Perhaps it's
understand the Eldrix.
Indeed. Perhaps it's some sort of card game.
Yeah, that's true.
Perhaps there's a book about it in Serpent. We'll have to look that up.
Maybe.
Oh no.
Maybe if we're lucky, there will be several books, and they'll be repeatedly establishing more and more rules for this game that we can learn, and perhaps then we could also play D&D. We could play it with your patron.
It just links it. It just links it to my Facebook page.
You know what would be
Yeah.
really cool is if this hypothetical game that your patron was playing had an online component where you could access all the books on some sort of network that connected all the cities. Wouldn't that be cool? And we could all play it.
Oh my God.
It'd make it so much
I can
more
already
beyond.
see
What do
the
you mean?
skies thick with ravens transmitting all of these messages.
Maybe, yeah. That'd be a
Barenthazar,
lot
you
of
just
Raven shit.
you just hear a voice in your head say, "Yeah, don't get your hopes up, bud." Absolutely fucking not.
Anyway.
I mean, like, what? What are we absolutely nodding?
I don't think she wants to play with us. Anyhow, we should hook up
You don't
the
want to play with
horses.
her. She plays for keeps.
Good to know.
Yeah,
We
she
should
doesn't. She doesn't play nice.
we should bridle the horses and prepare to move on.
Yeah. I think we're running out of time here.
Yeah. Fidget, I tried to see if there was anything we could do, but I got a long-winded thing about it. I'm not even sure how to explain it.
Well, you could try.
Something about plans for this.
Oh, so
For the
they're in
long-
cahoots.
Perhaps.
You know what? We're good. Maybe don't tell your patron about this anymore.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be a while before I ask to speak to her again.
Yeah, great talk. Thanks.
Unfortunately,
I
the
just walk
Weaver of
away.
Fate sees all.
Chip.
I feel I'm missing a lot of context for these comments.
I'm gonna look for my homunculus. My homunculus,
Okay.
by the way.
Uh-huh. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Should I
So it's
roll?
still. No, it's exactly where you flicked it. Still walking in circles because one of its legs is like bent, so it can't walk in a straight line.
Great. Love it. That's what I'm aiming for. Okay, cool. So
You can just hear it going in circles, going humana humana humana, humana 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 humana.
I pick up my homunculus. I crush it,
What?
and I throw it in the embers of the fire.
Okay. So there are a few tense heartbeats where you think for a bit that it's not going to catch fire. And you can see that it's been thrown onto its back, and you can see the legs wiggling as it tries to right itself and pull itself away from the flames. But as it struggles, you can see the fire and the flame begin to cling to it. And as it begins to burn, it emits this hissing noise that sounds eerily like a scream before it's reverted to ash.
I would like to point out that the homunculus has an intelligence score of 10, putting it on parity with human beings.
And this
I mean-
Minotaur.
Remember all those ducks we killed? Yeah. I don't know.
No, I don't. What ducks?
No, you're right. You're right. You weren't there for that.
He wasn't
Yeah.
there.
Let me tell you a tale.
He was not there.
All right,
yeah.
Casimir,
blissfully
you can
forget.
ride with
No,
us.
no.
We'll fill you in.
All druids know. All druids innately know how evil fucking ducks are. Okay, like,
That's right.
you don't fuck with ducks.
Yeah, that's like year one shit.
It's like, yeah, like,
So once the homunculus is burned, I get in the back of the wagon and pull out a piece of paper out of my kit, and I start drawing new runes on a new piece of paper. And I start working on a new homunculus that isn't bound to the living word, but is bound to me.
okay. So as you're sitting in the cart, just drawing new runes in order to activate a new homunculus, Nyx climbs up into the cart next to you. She says, hey,
Looks at her and just continues.
are you okay?
Nope. What about you? How you doing?
Mediocre is usually the word that I go for.
Well, you lost your voice and were nearly murdered by the child of a god, and I am now apparently being harassed by a similar creature. So I guess I'm also mediocre.
Okay, well, you know, I'm already fighting one god, so what's one more?
I don't even know what I did wrong. You know, that's the thing.
I don't think I can answer that question for you, but whatever it was, I don't think whatever it did to you in response was fair.
It doesn't seem like fairness is on the table. Is there a god of fairness? I'd like to meet that one. That sounds good.
I don't know much about the gods.
Me neither.
I think Domino might be the person to ask about that particular vein. But if you need somebody who's willing to punch one for you, let me know.
Appreciate that.
Because honestly, you scared the shit out of me, and I never, ever want to experience that again.
Sorry, I scared the shit out of you?
Is that so hard to believe?
He just kind of smirks a little bit. He's like, I'll take it.
You were there for me, so why the fuck wouldn't I be here for you?
I mean, there are 1,000 reasons. You're just a good person.
Yeah, I wouldn't go that far.
Well, then why are you here?
Spite, mostly.
Fight against what?
The bitch who ripped my throat out.
Yeah, but listen, you weren't working for the Thieves Guild when we met, okay? You got a sense of justice. Try and do the right thing. You got a good heart.
Yeah, all that kind of went out the window when they murdered my mom.
No, it didn't. Just gave you a target. You can still do bad things for good reasons. But you can do good things for bad reasons. I mean, we're dealing with the consequences of killing a god. I'm sure they thought it was the right thing to do at the time. But here we are. We just do what we can. That's why I'm not letting this shithead run my shit.
I'm just... And I'm just trying to tell you that you don't have to do this by yourself.
Well, that's going to take some time to learn.
I feel that.
But if we got to do this alone, at least we can do it alone together.
Sounds like a plan. And then she just hops off the cart and starts helping everybody pack up.
I'm going to keep scribbling away. It's going to take some time to get this done.
Okay. So, yep.
Before
I see you.
Before
I
you
see
wrap
you.
up,
Yeah.
I feels like you're wrapping up. While they've been having this
Yeah, he was like, oh, I feel it. Wait.
while they're having this conversation, and as I'm helping everybody like tidy up the campsite, I'll have Attenmere at my side, and I'll just be filling him in on every fucking thing that's been going on, and catching him up to speed.
So there was this duck.
So anyway,
There was this fucking duck, okay?
Basically.
And everybody was like, we shouldn't follow this duck.
And then Sir Domino, he's a really nice
was
guy,
Domino that
but
followed
he
the
decided
duck.
to follow the duck.
he totally followed the duck. And all of us were like, listen, this is a terrible idea. We should not follow this duck. And Domino was like, fuck you, I know what's right. And he follows the duck, right? And then the duck summons a fucking demon because we killed it. And and then we had to fight the demon. And it was really gross, and it like
So
made
yeah.
Berethazar vomit flies, and that was fucked up.
So yeah, long story short, I probably wouldn't put that much emphasis on that single incident, but I give him the gist of like where we met, why we've been hanging out together, and what we're on our way to do.
You guys are definitely, absolutely still hung up on that fucking duck. Because
Yeah,
every
you're right.
single time you take a rest, you're like, is it a fucking duck? Is it a fucking duck? If it's a fucking duck, we're gonna
That's
kill each other. I'm
Berethazar
like, I
more
hear
than
you.
anyone else.
I understand. You are like the correct amount of traumatized by what I did, and it's like chef's kiss. It's like beautiful.
So anyways, Attenmere will be up to speed by the next session.
Okay. So, as multiple important conversations occur, that is indeed where we're going to end the session for this evening. So thank everyone so much for watching, and thank you to our sponsors, D&D Beyond, FX May Vary. Shout out to Mama Bear, who made a guest appearance in this particular episode. Mama Bear, we love you. Glad you didn't die, because that was definitely a possibility. I'm not gonna lie. These guys are kind of murder happy sometimes, so...
That is true.
That
That's
cannot
pretty-
possibly
He's
be
like,
me.
yeah, that's... That, no.
I made the conscious choice to stay asleep so that nothing would die.
Nice.
Yep. And so check out our Patreon and our merch page. Does anybody have any shows coming up?
No, Mute Sounds we were just in the studio on Saturday recording our new album.
Nice.
It's called Northern Lights. We're very, very happy with it, and we'll be dropping all sorts of like documentary information. We had a videographer there filming the whole behind the scenes scenario, so we'll be putting that stuff up on our Instagram, and we'll be hitting the road probably in the next few weeks, start booking shows again. So look for us in September, and we'll keep you updated on what's going on.
Hell yeah, brother.
What's the Instagram?
Mute Sounds Rui Pedro. Should be the only Mute Sounds on Instagram. But you know what I'll do? I'll throw it in the chat on Twitch right now.
They have a neat run of stickers. You can see the one I have right here.
Oh yeah.
When you
That's
had?
If you shoot brick at your phone, it kind of wears on the sticker.
Probably.
enough.
Makes
Yeah,
sense.
Also the sun.
that makes sense.
That makes sense. Yes.
FX May Vary has a show coming up on August 17th. We'll be playing at the Bovine Sex Club with After the Horizon and the Bank Heist in Toronto. That will be the farewell show. We're saying goodbye to our guitar player, Nick. So come on out and support his farewell. And if anybody knows any guitar players, point them our way.
What day is that?
That is Saturday, August 17th.
August 17th.
17th.
If I'm not working, I'll be there.
Cheers.
Yeah,
I'll get Chris from After the Horizon to drive me.
Yeah, do I know that band? I remember the name of something. Did I see them?
I think
this is a conversation we can have after
Yeah.
we turn
Yeah,
off the
after
stream,
this.
gentlemen.
Agreed.
Any other announcements?
After the Horizon is great, though. You should totally check them out. But I think with that, again, we thank all of you for tuning in and checking out our stream. And if you made it all the way to the end, don't tell anybody else, but we appreciate you the most. We love you. Keep doing what you're doing. Be sure to like and subscribe and share this story with your friends. Because we told you to, essentially. Yeah, we're rolling with that. Yeah, share it. Do it. Do it. Do it. The Weaver of Fate has commanded you. Because that's finally been revealed. Yeah, I think that's where we're going to end it for this evening. So we will see you all later and have a good evening.